Welcome to the solutions to CK12's algebra distance equals rate times time. So remember, when you follow that link, you'll know if you're logged in because it will say this is currently assigned to you. So my students, if you do not see this banner, you are not logged in because this should be assigned. Now with CK12 assignments, it says get 10 correct answers. Our goal is to reach mastery. So where it says skill level, there's going to be a gauge up here. That's the gauge I'll be using to set your mark. So Betty spent 15 minutes on solving 25 questions. So that's 2 minutes per question. How long would it take her to do 30 questions? Well, that's 60 minutes. Jimmy spent 55 minutes solving 11. That's 5 minutes per question. So that's going to be 100 minutes to solve 20. Robert and Lucy start riding along a straight road from the same place at constant speeds but in opposite directions. After 36 minutes, they're 15 miles apart. If Robert was riding at a constant speed of 13 miles per hour, how many miles would Lucy cover in 1 hour and 24 minutes? This one gets a little more involved. So if Robert is going at a constant speed of 13 miles per hour, that means in 36 minutes, right, we take miles per hour and we multiply by the number of hours. That tells us how many miles he has gone. So 13 times 36 divided by 60 is actually going to be the same if we take out our common factor of 6 as 13 times 6 over 10, or 13 times 3 over 5. So that's a 39 over 5 miles. And if they were 15 miles apart after those 36 minutes, well, this is 7 4/5. So then 7 1/5 was Lucy's distance covered in those same 36 minutes. So if we take Lucy's 7 1/5, that's a 36 over 5, because these two have to add up to 75 over 5, which is 15. We want to find her rate. Well, that was that same 36 over 60. We have to divide by that 36 over 60. Or divide by 3 over 5 to get the answer. That's the same as multiplying by 5 over 3. So she's going 12 miles per hour. So in 1 hour and 24 minutes, that's 12 miles per hour times 84 minutes divided by 60 minutes per hour. So here's her number of hours. Again, we can simplify. We have a common factor of 6 here. Denominator is 10. And our numerator is 14. So it's 12 times 7 over 5. So that's 84 over 5 miles. Okay, we'll try again. They might be looking for the decimal place. 84 over 5 would be 16.8. There we go. So they were looking for the decimal representation, not the exact fraction. Notice we have the proficient with CK12. If you get it wrong once but get it right the second time, it does not drop your skill level. So Mary and Casey set off from town E to town F at uniform speeds at the same time. 3 hours later, Mary reached town F, but Casey was still 63 miles away. 1.5 hours later, Casey also reached the destination. What was Mary's speed? So Casey covered 63 miles in 1.5 hours. 63 over 1.5 gives how many miles per hour Casey was going? That was 42 miles per hour. So it took, at 42 miles per hour, it took Casey 4.5 hours. We multiply these together to find out how many miles apart they are. 42 times 4 is 168, and another 21. That's how many miles apart they are. So we're at 189 miles. Now Mary did that in 3 hours flat. 189 divided by 3 is 63. Train left city M to city N at a constant speed of 70 miles per hour. 30 minutes later, another train left at a constant speed. And the two trains leave at the same time, which is 4 hours after the first train started. So, it took 280 miles. Or it's a 280 mile journey. What's the speed difference? Well, the first one was going 70 miles per hour. The other one did the 280 miles in 3.5 hours. So 280 mile journey divided by 3.5, or this 7 over 2, and that's 560 over 7, which is 80. So the second train is going 80 miles an hour. It's a 10 mile per hour difference. We could have also said, well, it took 30 minutes. There's the equivalent of 30 minutes at 70 miles per hour. So that first train had gone 35 miles in that time. And we could have backtracked it that way. Anyway, we are now at the mastery level, so we can actually stop and turn it in. We must turn it in, or I cannot see it. Now it says the current score is 50% because it's just looking for 10 correct answers. But again, I am looking for the mastery level. So on my end, that is sufficient. Once you hit mastery, you can stop even if you haven't done the full 10 questions.